Hi guys, welcome to another very exciting time on Digital Marketing School. And today I'm going to be showing you something so very important, something that you need to know that will help you to start selling your courses online. So of course, I've defined people who should listen to this. If you are a content creator, if you are an information marketer and you sell information, you sell courses on whatever subject matter, I want to show you a step-by-step process on how you can sell your content and your courses online. I want you to grab your pen and your writing materials because I'm going to be sharing what works for me. Since I discovered this very powerful strategy in 2019, and I've been using it to generate money for myself. I made millions of naira just using this very basic, simple strategy on using just WhatsApp and Zoom. I'm going to take you and run you through a simple process. But so I'm assuming that first of all, you have an attractive subject matter. You have a course that you want to share. Area that you should focus on, I feel that will be very highly profitable, that will be hot niche and get people's attention, are things like business, finance, relationships, entertainment. If you have courses along those lines, then you can start selling. I'm going to show you how I set up my courses and what I do. But let me just quickly say the first thing that we'll need to put in place. For you to be able to sell your courses, you need to be able to attract people to come to your space, to come to your, in this case, your WhatsApp. You need to be able to attract people to come to your WhatsApp so that you can from there get them to buy. So the question going on in your mind is, where do I get people who might be interested in my course? The courses I'm selling, I'm a public speaker, I'm a trainer. Where do I get people to buy? Where do I get people to come on board, to click on the link and come on board? So it's very easy. Now, if you don't have money to do Facebook ads, paid Facebook ads, then you can begin to explore and exploit groups. So go to your back end of your Facebook account and just look up for groups and begin to search for different groups like this, different groups that you can join, especially groups that are related to the subject that you are teaching. Now, look up for marketplaces, look up for different groups and just put your content there. Now, the next question at the back of your mind is, some of these admins may not approve my courses. So there's a way around it. One way is to interact, have a conversation with the admin and get the person to allow you put out your content there. So the second way is to, most groups these days give a free day where they allow you to post your stuff or to post your products or your services or whatever it is you're selling in their comment section. So some of them do it on Mondays or do it on Fridays or midweek. So identify what days they allow and make sure that you put out the adverts you want to sell. All right, the course you want to sell out there. So this is important. Now again, so Facebook groups are fantastic ways you can look up for, search for groups and put your content out there. Another place you can look up for is to go to Google and search for forums, different forums. Forums, actually, online we call it forums. And one that I believe, if you're a Nigerian, that you should explore is Naira Land. Now, Naira Land is a gold mine. It has a lot of people there sharing all kinds of thoughts, all kinds of ideas, and their threads. So you can look out for, again, search for your subject area, what you're talking about, and then put your content, your copy, whatever you're putting out there with your art, and let people reach out to you and talk to you about, the thing you're doing. So they can now come to your funnel. They can come to wherever you get them to come. So those are places, Facebook groups, Naira Land, and of course, the best way is to just run Facebook ads. If you have a Facebook account, it means that you have a business manager. So go out there and simply set up your Facebook. I have a video where I show you step by step how you can set up Facebook ads, even with your phone. I have a video, and if you reach out to me, I'm going to show you how you can run paid Facebook ads for free, with your phone. So you set up that Facebook ad, and then you target locations and you put out your interests. Facebook has marketing objectives for me, if you're going to, what I did was that I did not click on post engagement or web links or video viewage. What I did basically was that I promoted, my marketing objective was lead generation. I wanted people to come to my WhatsApp group. Either I did, you could do web link or lead generation. So the idea and the goal is that when people read my content or when people read my copy, I want them to come to my WhatsApp group. I want them to come there. That's the purpose, and that's the purpose. And so that leads us to another very important thing. How do you write your ads? And for that, you need to understand the concept of copywriting. Copywriting is writing words, writing words, particularly using words either in email or images or audio or videos to persuade people. Anything you put out there on the internet that is intended to persuade people to take direct actions, direct response, to sign up, to click, that is what we call the copy. And then we have content. I have a number of materials and videos I've done explaining how you can set up and how you can write copy. And obviously, in the coming days, I'm still going to explain a few more things you need to know about putting together copy. So for you to be able to sell your course, you need to have a copy. Now, again, remember that our focus is using WhatsApp and using Zoom. What that means is that there are many other ways you can do this. You can lead them to a landing page. You can lead them to a certain creative funnel, all of that, to a website. You can lead them to Udemy or to whatever place you have registered your courses. But I'm saying just using WhatsApp and Zoom, and that's the cheapest thing you can do as a content creator, as somebody who is involved in training and capacity building. So basically, you want to run ads and target location. And I've told you, focus on lead generation, lead them to your WhatsApp group. Now, pay attention, aside the copy, which is important, it's very important that in putting out your content, your sales copy, you make it as short and as engaging as possible. So you can use the story formats to get direct response. You can use bullets, make sure your headline is strong, and make sure that your CTA, your call to action, is strong so that people can take action immediately. All right, so you can use text, you can combine text with a graphic design, get a graphic designer to put up a simple, flyer, some kind of flyer, attach it to that ads and put it out there. That's one way. And if you are good a bit on Canva, you can use Canva. I use Canva to create your stuff, your ad, and put it out there. I'll usually put my picture because an individual, people like to connect with individuals. So in putting up my flyer, I'll put my picture there so we can know that I'm a human being, and I'll make sure my headline is quite bold, and I put out text to supplement, complement. And of course, where are people going to? I'm leading them to my WhatsApp group, or I'm leading them to my business WhatsApp. Business WhatsApp is an app. Go to your Play Store and download business WhatsApp. It is by the time you understand business WhatsApp, you would like to use it very often for those of you who are in business. Now, I want to encourage you to have both a traditional WhatsApp group, and that's a traditional, original, old WhatsApp, and of course have your business WhatsApp. Business WhatsApp can enable you to categorize people, to label and categorize people, to create links, to do auto response. Quite a lot you can do with business WhatsApp that will help you in your business. If you're doing e-commerce, if you're selling courses, whatever it is you're doing, be careful not to violate WhatsApp. WhatsApp is owned by Facebook's policy, but if you're careful, you know exactly what to do. So we have done our ads, we've written or forbid the rules of copywriting, or we've gotten somebody to write a copy for us, and our goal is to direct them to our WhatsApp group or to our business WhatsApp. Now, the challenge with WhatsApp group is that very often when people go to WhatsApp groups and there's no activity in there, people can leave, or people may go to that middle interface before they get to the WhatsApp group, before they are told to click, and they change their mind and it's okay, I'm not going in. So you notice that in your back end of your Facebook advertising, you notice a lot of clicks, but the number of persons who are going into the WhatsApp group are not as much. That's why a lot of copywriters will say that rather than do direct from Facebook advertising or for wherever you're placing that ad on through a WhatsApp group, why don't you direct them to your business WhatsApp? Pretty much like you do like your email. So your business WhatsApp was already automated. Thank them for choosing to be part of that training, okay? And then you automatically tell them to go into, you can now add a link, the WhatsApp group now. So they've come to your business WhatsApp, they've gotten some information, and now they are now directed again to go to the business WhatsApp, the group, the WhatsApp group. So anybody who chooses now to go, most likely is serious. So he has two decisions to make. First, come to WhatsApp, engage with you, have some interaction with you, and then remove them from that business WhatsApp to the WhatsApp. Is that clear? So you can actually do Facebook ads or Nairaland forum or wherever you're getting your traffic from, straight to your group. All right, that's a good way. Second way, get them to your business WhatsApp, interact with them, qualify them literally, and then move them from there to your WhatsApp group. Now, it takes us further. So when you've done that, you're good. Now, you can now begin to watch your WhatsApp group to see how many people are coming in that are interested. Now, in writing my copies, what I do very often, okay, is I said you can use text, you can use images, and you can also do videos. These days, put that camera on your face and get started. You'll be shocked at what you can accomplish just by putting the camera on your face and get started. Just get started. Do a 1 minute video and put it out there and run that as an art too, and you'll be surprised at the results you can get. There's something called a carousel. I'm sure I'm right about it. Carousel basically when you have, I'm sure I'm right about that word, where you have images and a video so that people can read the text, see images, and also see a video of you explaining in a minute. Don't go more than a minute. And then your video should be such that you give a call to action, and the goal basically is to click on the link. Now, the truth of the matter is that very often when I try to get people to first click, I don't sell them. I don't sell to them. You're selling courses. You don't tell them, oh, the price is 3K or the price is 5K or the price is this amount of money. I don't use that strategy. I used to use it before. But the challenge with that is that you don't give the opportunity, you don't give yourself the opportunity to get as much money as you can get from them. This is what I mean. So rather than say the amount of money is 5,000, is 6K, just tell them to come and click on the link. Tell them to come and click. And then when they click on the link, they'll go to your business WhatsApp, and then you redirect them to your WhatsApp group. They are staying there. And that WhatsApp group you've created is called your inquiry group. So let me start all over again so you get it. Write your ads or copy, which was done very well, with text, images, or videos. You combine the three, you get better results. And that text should not be focused on getting them to pay any money. That text should focus on getting them to click on the link. When they click on the link, whether you're putting it on your Facebook group, or your paid Facebook ads, on your wall, or Nairaland, or any other forum, they are directed to your business WhatsApp. The business WhatsApp automatically interacts with them and encourages them to click to save your number. That's a good one, to save your number, and to click on the link, and join a WhatsApp group. All right. So join the WhatsApp group automatically. They are going into a WhatsApp group you've created, and it's very simple to create a WhatsApp group. Just go to your WhatsApp and interact with it. You're surprised how easy it is to create a WhatsApp. And then you go into the WhatsApp group and you're there. Now make sure that when you create a WhatsApp group, you lock it such that only admin can interact, so that people don't come in there and begin to spam your WhatsApp group with all kinds of things. People do all kinds of crazy things. Your WhatsApp group has the capacity to hold 512 people. Facebook in recent times has increased the capacity from 256 to 512. And that is so great. And if anybody puts any comment or you put any comment, people can actually like, comment, and show an emoji. Like you literally press the post you put on WhatsApp and then show an emoji. So there's a lot happening on WhatsApp that people are not very aware of, and that can be used for stuff. So the goal now is get them to the inquiry group. Now, so in the inquiry group, you begin to relate to them and tell them, welcome. This is the day we'll be having the training. This is the day we're going to be having XYZ training. You've got to start interacting with them. Tell them you can go as far as them to save your number. Why is it important for them to save your number? You want them to be able to see what you place on your WhatsApp status. And your WhatsApp status is another billboard. It's another place where you can advertise all kinds of things. Or better still, the project you're going to, you're working on. I mean, the seminar. So as you save your number, of course, you're increasing the number of your views. So first of all, the people who save your number and you have your numbers, save your numbers too, they can see what's on your WhatsApp status. And also, a lot of potentials can happen. You can begin to increase the numbers of your viewership on your WhatsApp status, such that you can sell your WhatsApp status. You can sell it, like you can get people to start paying you so that you can also advertise their products. There are people who have thousands of views on their WhatsApp status, and they sell to people like us who have content, who have courses, and then so they can also get views and links. Or that's a subject for another day. But that's the great benefit you have just using WhatsApp. So on the WhatsApp group, interact with them, get them to save their numbers. For someone like me, I'll highlight the very juicy things we're going to be sharing. I'll tell them about the dates and the time, and I'll highlight all that will be shared. And I will promise them that they're going to get value. And trust me, that day, I'm going to give them full value, maximum value. And usually, I don't like to do 1 or 2 days, all right, or 1 day. I'll make sure it's a 2-day event so that I can really, really answer their questions and give them value, all right? So what that means is that the first part of the content you're going to be giving out will be for free, and it has to be very content rich. So they are coming in, and every time they come in, we keep doing the same thing. You can do a voice note, you can put out the text. Just make sure that they are prepared and they are waiting and excited. And I even take it a notch higher by telling them that when the D-Day shows up, I'd like to meet them. I like them to put their names. I like them to put their location. I like them to put their details about themselves in a brief and a picture, and perhaps even a voice note just introducing themselves. I put out as a list of what I want them to do, and usually they're excited about it. So on the D-Day of the event, I would open up the WhatsApp group, and people will start commenting. I use the first 5-10 minutes to allow people to just put out their content, put out their stuff there, showing that they are available, for that, which is always a very refreshing experience when you do that. That means that you're engaging them, you're getting them to really buy in. Remember that you've said engaging them, you've said getting them to take certain actions from the time you run your ads. Because you see, when it comes to persuasion is progressive, is in degrees. People have to keep saying yes, 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 yes. So the more yeses you get, the more clicks, the more engagements you get, the closer you are to get them to make a buying decision. So I started off by doing my Facebook ads, or putting on my Facebook, on the Facebook group, or wherever I'm getting my traffic from. And I told them not to pay. I told them to click. All right. So that's the first decision they've made. They came to my business WhatsApp or to business WhatsApp. I told them to click again. They clicked, got to my WhatsApp group. I'm telling them to get ready for this, and then we get started. I tell them, okay, put out your name, they do that. So they have done a lot of things. And then when it's time for me to do my presentation, how do my course now, how do I do it? Now, it's important that for WhatsApp training, you have the advantage of putting links. You can do voice notes on the WhatsApp. You can put images, and you can also put text. And it was very fast with that. So you can do WhatsApp, all right? Because there are a lot of people who do not like to move from WhatsApp to Zoom or to Google Meet. So start with WhatsApp the first day and make sure they have so much value. Sometimes you can do that same day with WhatsApp and Zoom. Here's what I'll do. So I'll lock, when I'm finished doing their introductions and all the pleasantries, I'll lock up the WhatsApp group, and then I'll start my presentation. I'll do a voice note, I'll put out text, I'll make sure it's very punchy, share testimonials, just to pretty much the value I want to give to them. I'll show them, but of course I'm going to leave out the juicy content out. And then I'll tell them when I get to a certain level, if I'm going to do it just for a day, by the time I've gotten for 30, 40, 50 minutes of giving them full great value, great motivation, I'll tell them that they should join me. You should click on the link, on the Zoom link, and come about to watch so they can now visually see whatever I'm saying. So now for Zoom, there's a free version of Zoom, which after 40 minutes, Zoom knocks you out, and this is the paid version of Zoom. The paid version of Zoom allows you to go on and on for hours, and beyond that, the paid version of Zoom also allows you to record. I need that recording, so I'll do the paid version of Zoom with $14 only you can do the paid version of Zoom. So let's assume that you have done the paid version of Zoom. So you put out the link after giving them value on WhatsApp, okay? They now join you on Zoom. So you really put them, really engross them, engage them. A few of them from the 256 or the 512 will come on board your Zoom. Of course, not everybody will come on board your Zoom. All right. So when they join your Zoom meeting, all right, then of course the next thing that you need to do for your content so that it is profitable, so that it is engaging, is that you need to set up and know how to use Microsoft PowerPoint. You can either use Microsoft PowerPoint or Slack or any other app that can help you set up your slides. Very important that you use slides. Make sure you put out your slide. If you reach out to me, I have a video that I've done on how to create very engaging, powerful slides. So I've given you 2 free stuff. How to do Facebook ads with your phone for free. Reach out to me. I'll help you out with that. Number 2, how to engage people with slides that will engross them. So let's assume that you have your slides. They are involved. Then you run through that first program. Now, at the end of the presentation, your goal is to do a call to action. Get them to make a payment, make them to make something financial. Now, of course, if you're only taking a piece of that course, you now begin to highlight other things they are going to be taking. You're going to show them this, you're going to show them that, you're going to add this, and then after telling them other parts of the courses, you're also going to be telling them about the bonuses. So it's very important that when you're doing your CTA or call to action, that you add bonuses. Bonuses like free consultancy, 30-day check, one-on-one, for you to ask questions from me for a few days, that kind of thing. Add, and even free ebooks and audios. Always add bonuses. In fact, a lot of people will take your offer because of the bonuses. So make your bonuses as juicy and as exciting as you can. So at the end, as you begin to wrap up, leave them off a little bit and then put out your offer. Make sure your offer is irresistible and make sure the price is something that they can afford. Now, if you're taking them through that process, for Nigerians, a lot of Nigerians, I don't do 5K, 10K, that is fine and good enough. Depends on the kind of engagement you have and the kind of person you are. If you're someone who has a reputation, you can sell a high ticket for $100 or $200. But if you don't have that much, then you can start like this. Get them to pay a small amount of money for a second phase of the course, maybe another 7 days or so. Maybe like 5K or 10K. And a few of them, tell them that they should make the payments. All right. So you have done that and the video has ended. Remember that the video was recorded. So what I do for myself is that I will go to my email where the recording has been sent by Zoom and I'll download the video. I'll download the video, all right? And rather than share the link, it's the link that you can share to members of the WhatsApp group. What I'll do is that I will upload the video. Pay attention now. I will upload that video that I've downloaded to my YouTube channel. Now, the reason I'm doing that because I want to also increase my subscribers. I want to also go and engage with my YouTube channel. So I'll upload that video to my YouTube channel with the title and the engaging topics. I have done a video. I'm giving a third bonus now for all of you here. I've done a video on how to use YouTube, or how to really set up a YouTube channel for free and how to do all the things I'm mentioning. Practical, I show you through, I navigate through the processor. If you ask for it, I'll give it to you. So I'll upload my video very simply with my phone. I'm not using any laptop here. I'm using my phone all through. I'll upload the video, then I'll copy the link. I'll copy that link. Not everybody came for the Zoom meeting, right? So I would also mention, I know most of you didn't come for the Zoom meeting, so here's the deal. This is the link to the video. And then in that WhatsApp group, I will repeat the offer again, now in text format. I'll repeat the offer in text format and the bonuses again in the WhatsApp group. So they watch the video and now they can now read the offer. And I'll now also put a timeline. So it's good to put a timeline. And what I usually do is, okay, if you take this offer before XYZ date or time, it will be at, instead of paying 10K or 20K, you can get it for 4,999 naira or 5,000 naira. But after that day, after XYZ period, usually 2 or 3 days, the price will increase or go back to 20,000. So jump on the offer now. Plus, you have this bonus, that bonus, plus, and all of that. I put it there, and usually people will start thinking about coming to pay for it, reach out to me and pay for it. Then what I'll do there next is I also do a voice note so that people that want to listen and don't want to like to read can also have the opportunity to listen. Then when anybody makes payments for that particular course, I would acknowledge the person in the WhatsApp group. I'll say, oh, thank you, at so and so person, your 5,000 has been recognized. Thank you for making this payment. You have now been added to a secret WhatsApp group. So what that means again is that I'm now creating another WhatsApp group. Now this WhatsApp group that I'm creating is for those people who have paid for my business. So I've created another WhatsApp group. Now that's where people are paid. If it was 5,000, when anybody pays, I acknowledge them in the WhatsApp group and I transfer them to that new WhatsApp group, that is paid version. Now, why am I doing this? Why am I acknowledging them? It's not like testimonials. It's just to tell others that people are making payment and this is serious business. When people start seeing that people are making payment, they start making payments. Very often, I'm using scarcity, I'm using timeline, a deadline to get them. I'm also using the fact that others are making payment for it. And there are times that if I don't have enough people that I've got, that maybe I've not gotten enough people to join that new WhatsApp group, what I would just say to myself, sometimes I can go back to WhatsApp group and say, okay, we've extended the day by 2 days so that I can allow more people to prepare and plan to make the payment. So we now have a new WhatsApp group where the second phase of the training will occur. So what you've ended up doing is that you now have an inquiry WhatsApp group where you give them free valuable training and you place a video there, and you now have the paid WhatsApp group where the next set of training you're going to do will happen. So let me give you something to think about. What do you need to think about? Realize that if you have 256 people in the WhatsApp group, if you're able to fill up the WhatsApp group, or if you're able to fill up to 512, like we now do have for WhatsApp, think about 10%. If you have 10% of these people take action, it means that you have a huge success. If you have 10% of people take action just because through that process, you have a huge success. Don't be so angry when you just have maybe 5-10 people make a payment of 10,000 naira, or you had 256 people show up on the WhatsApp group, or you had 512 people and then you had 50 people pay their 5,000 naira. That's a lot of money, by the way, for 5K. That's amazing. So you now have those people there, and then you make sure that you also give those paid people value. And if you're giving out so much value in the free version, make sure you give ×2 to the people that are paid. Take your time and give them ×2. So that's you doing a course, and that is powerful. Now, bear in mind that you still have your WhatsApp group that is there. Now, you can come back another time and say, in fact, before the offer ends, before the deadline ends, and say, you know what, guys, I'm going to open up this WhatsApp group for an hour or 2 hours. And what I want to do is that if you want me to chat you up, to call you and to talk to you about why you should be part of this very, very exciting training, plus these bonuses XYZ, just call me. And this is the number I'm going to use to call you. You're doing that because you don't want other fraudsters to call them and they don't recognize your number. Say, save my number. That's why I said to save your number. I'm going to call you. And so you get them to put a lot of people that need more clarification, need that one-on-one touch, that one-on-one conversation. Say, call me. And then you find a time the following day. Don't make sure before 24 hours. You can do a WhatsApp call to them. That will save you a lot of cost. Only one data. Or you can do a phone call. Call them, talk to them about their needs, and then pick your offer. Now, statistics have it that those who call people like that, you would increase your conversion rate from 10% to 30%. Let's assume that you had 50 people who signed up and paid 5,000 naira, you're making 50,000 naira. You can now make extra 500K if you would take the time to call the people. There's so much power in calling them and reaching out to them. This is so powerful and it's so key. There's so much power in calls. Now, you've done that, you now have people in your team. You can go a step further in that group that is there and tell them, you know what, guys, so spending the time you guys may be interested in being part of future trainings or so whatever, you can subscribe to my email list. And that's why you need to subscribe to MailChimp, Aweber, or GetResponse, or BedSend, any of these email marketing lists, because emails are equally very powerful, and put out your link there and give to them. Now, while people give you their emails, you also need to still give them some more gifts. You can tell them that, okay, I have these extra reports, checklists, video, audio, ebook I'm giving out for free. That's why you must have all of these resources available. So if you give me your email address, I am going to give it to you. So a lot of them will put it out there, put out their emails, and then you give them, created the automated stop in your MailChimp. I think I have a video that if you request, I'll give to you on how to set up your MailChimp. How to set up a MailChimp. I did MailChimp as a case study. So you have your email. So you got their emails. You're building your list. Now, they may not buy today, but there are other things in it. But they may not buy that same course that you're selling to them. They could buy other courses and many other things that you can sell to them. So gather them together. Get them to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Get them to like your Facebook page. Get them to join your groups, because you want to keep engaging them. The more they keep being exposed to the materials that you're sharing to them, the better the desire will be. All right, so now back to your paid group. Also make them join your groups, all the platforms you want them to do, and then you give them the valuable content. Keep them there. Realize that if a person pays 5,000 naira, this is where you need to pay attention. He can pay 20,000 naira tomorrow. I've had people who have been buying from me since 2019. Every product I've sold, whether it was 10K, 15K, 30K, 100K, they have been buying. Because they bought from me, they got free value, they bought from me, and they know that I'm really giving them value and showing them what to do, helping them the best way I can, they will keep buying from me. So we say that a paying customer is a paying customer. Someone who has paid money before will pay money again. And will not just buy one course, will buy an upgraded version of the courses and buy other things that you're selling. They want to get everything that you're selling. They also want to get what your friends are selling. Anything you bring to them, they can sell. Now, you can take it a notch higher. Remember that every time you put out your content for the paid group, you are recording it and you are keeping it. And you're putting it in your, you can record it and put it in your Google Drive. There are certain platforms, apps you can download, like I have Box, BOX, download, can help you store. They give you a limited place to store your materials on the cloud. Box, you can also have your Google Drive. It's also I think you have 15 gig. So those videos that you've been recording, you can actually just set it up and put them in your Google Drive for future purposes. All right, now remember these guys. Now before I talk about what you can do with these videos you've kept in Good Life, let me talk about the people who are now like your followers, who have been buying from you and who are following you. You can now make them affiliates. Now there's so much talk about affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing, now in this case, you have your products and you can make them affiliates. You can get them to sell your courses. So you write a copy for them, and then you send a link. There are many platforms you can use. You can probably use Seller. I hear Seller, SELAR.co. It's a fantastic, go register there. And then you can also enable you set up affiliates for them. They can help you sell. In fact, your students, people who consume your product, are your best affiliates. They will sell for you at any time. They can help you, especially if you give them a good commission. Now, my recommendation is between 40% to 50%. I mean, you have really nothing to lose, because you are not going to be doing, unless you choose to do so, you're not going to be doing this. You're not going to be doing these courses you're not going to be doing the courses being there practically. You already have the recorded videos, which you can just send to anybody who registers. Okay, so that's one way. So they can now become affiliates. You can use Seller. You can also I use Paystack, and I use Paystack to create affiliate programs. I also use Flutterwave. Now these are apps, or these are websites, flutterwave.com. You can use it to create, have sub accounts and affiliates that can help you. But again, a lot of things need to be in place for the affiliates to successfully sell. Aside the fact that they have the experience that you're giving to them, they also would need to have you write some copies, some script for them, so that they can use to market for you. Does it make sense? So that's what you're doing. You're now making them affiliates. They are now making money selling your courses. You can choose to do live events, other Zoom meetings in the future you record. or you can just gather all of those videos and send to people's emails to them. That's how to do it. This way I'm showing you how to sell on WhatsApp and Zoom is a very simple thing you can do without all the hassles or trying to set up your or trying to go to teachable.com or to any of these platforms, or Udemy or Coursera, or any platform that you want to sell your courses. This is a very simple thing you can do that I've been doing since 2019, and that has helped me to make crazy amounts of money. But there's a lot more. There's a lot more to learn about information marketing. A lot more to learn about information marketing. And what's a lot more to learn about information marketing is that if you get it wrong in the sequence, I've mentioned a few things, from the way you put up the ad and the copy, in the setup, the funnel, the interactions, the words, everything that you need to put out there. If you get it wrong in any of those process, your follow-up strategy, the email sequence of mails, a lot you need to set up and create, which I can show you. Now, I can show you exactly how to do it. What I can do for you is that I'm not going to say anything different what I've said today, but there's something about holding your hand and then helping you prepare for a course and then helping you get started. Now, there's something I want to say about retargeting and reselling. So what I'm going to do for you is going to help you set up. So what you have to do basically is click on there's a link I'm going to place up there. All right. Whether you watch this on YouTube, so I'm going to place the link in the description section. If you're not watching on YouTube, either in the comment section or somewhere, I'm going to place a link, a WhatsApp group. It's a community. We call it Marketplace Community, Marketplace Persuasion Community. You click on it and you're there, and then you make a certain payment, okay? But first of all, come in there, get some value, like I already told you to do. And then if you make a payment, I'm going to add you to a secret exclusive group where I'll hold you by your hands and show you how to sell your first course. Now, what do we mean by retargeting and reselling? Remember that the first thing we did, if you did paid Facebook advertising, what that means is that you got certain traffic, certain set of persons from that place. Now you already have content. You've created your audience. You've created your customer avatar. I spoke about that the other day. So you now take all of the information you have on all of these adverts, and then you go back to Facebook and then you resell. It becomes a lot easier. You go back and you resell. Okay? And you get more people coming again to your funnel, and then you go through the same process again. Or you can take one of those courses that you did and you uploaded on YouTube, and then actually run an ad, the free content, one of those free content, and just run an ad for free. And now the goal will be just to get them to give you your emails. If they can engage with the posts and they can respond to them, or let them just give you your emails. I want people to just have a feel of the content you're giving for free. You'll be surprised, because you see, we say, and I've said it severally, that content precedes copy. And the valuable content, you have to be willing to give out something valuable for free first, so that people can begin thinking in their heart that if this is for free, how about that which is paid? Okay? Now, it doesn't mean they're going to say anything exceptional. It means that the paid version will be more hands-on. You're going to attend to them a little more. You're going to be answering their specific questions. That's what's exactly interesting. People used to think that, what if I put out my content there and who would invite me? Let me tell you, there are people who, after watching your content, will still reach out to you and say, guy, bro, sister, show me what's up, hold my hands, or do it for me. How much do I pay you for it? There are people who, even in spite of watching your videos, attending your WhatsApp training, who will still invite you to come teach your people, or who will still invite you to come for a live meeting. People like to hear valuable information again. Always remember that they will hear, and not because they cannot just hear, they want to hear you live, and they want to experience it. So understand that I've had leads. There was a particular time, I think in 2019, because of my WhatsApp trainings, I toured around Nigeria. And 2019 and 2021, I toured around Nigeria just because I was able to consistently give out valuable information for free. I've had access, there's something called the back end. The front end is the money you're making from these courses. The back end is a consultancy you're going to have, the speaking engagement you're going to have, just because your content is out there and people can do a lot of recommendations for you. Your affiliates, your members can say, oh, this guy is good, and you're spreading your message out there. And that's why before you can start selling courses, you must have content. You must, be subject matter experts so that you don't have or lack resources to share. Does it make any sense to you? All right, that's it. So you can retarget these people and you can resell to them again, to people that most people didn't purchase from you. That 70% or 90% who didn't purchase from you can keep seeing and eventually buy from you. For those of you who understand follow-up, you know that you need to speak to somebody at least 7 times, one person at least 7 times before the person makes a buying decision. They need to be exposed to the quality of information or to your information or to your product, from different platforms before they make a buying decision. You need to speak to at least 100 people to get 10 persons to make a buying decision. You need to follow up as quickly as possible. The first 24 hours shouldn't go by without you reaching out to people who have made any click. If you could, about, if as a follow-up, the follow-up has to be strategic, has to be sequential, has to come from multiple and variety of touches, through emails, through Zoom, through WhatsApp, so as to get people to buy. And the people that we have said to you, George, I saw your advert a year ago and I've been meaning to do it. I didn't have the money, but now I have the money. I want to do it. So that's why the follow-up is very, very important. So that is a summary. I don't know if I got some value on how to sell courses online using just WhatsApp and Zoom. Just WhatsApp and Zoom. Where you're going to spend some money, which I encourage you to spend money, is on your Zoom. Get the paid version of it. I think it's $14, about 7 to 8 or 9,000. That's what you're going to invest. And then run through the process and watch the video again, run through the process I've showed you, and you can get started. Of course, there are some technical skills you need to have, like I've given you 3 videos. Facebook advertising, very using your phone, very important. Setting up Canva, bit of Canva. You need to understand how to do setting up your courses, putting out your course content. I didn't address course content creation. That is for another day. We're going to look at it some other day. I'll show you step by step how to set up a course. I have videos on that I literally use my mouse to run you through how you can go about that, and also how to set up a YouTube channel. Because let me say this as I conclude. This is important. Why YouTube? Now, different platforms have different levels of engagement. Facebook is very powerful, has 3 billion. Facebook now Meta has 3 billion. And there are different areas you can engage people on Facebook. You can get people on Facebook with your personal account. With your personal account, just your friends and family see what you're sharing. And while that is good, they are your friends and your family. They are not your customers. So you can sell to them, but of course you know that they are really not your customers. They've grown up with you, they are used to you, they're familiar with you, and it doesn't always work. Plus, the algorithm of Facebook only allows you to have 30% of persons who see your whatever it is you're putting out there on Facebook. That's what the algorithm of Facebook allows you to. So Facebook accounts, but now we have Facebook. So we have Facebook groups. Now, like we're here right now in the Facebook group, we're here in the Facebook group, Digital Marketing School. In Facebook groups, there's a lot more engagement, because the algorithm of Facebook favors groups, including favoring WhatsApp groups. Whatever you do with groups is powerful. So the algorithm of Facebook favors groups. So you can, if you put out a group now and your title of the group is really very engaging, people can be searching for groups and they find your group and they come on board. All right. That's a story matter for another day. Increasing your groups, very, very powerful. All right. So, but you need to do paid Facebook advertising. So there are many other things you can do. You can do your accounts, you can do groups. Groups are very engaging and powerful. You can be in groups, you can create your own groups. Then even you can do Facebook Lives in groups, you can do your own personal account, your own account, Facebook Live. You can do what's called order rooms. You can create order rooms on Facebook where you have exclusive meetings with certain sets of people your friends or that you're members of your group. And you can do podcasts on Facebook. Most of you don't know you can do podcasts on Facebook. So lots of things you can do on Facebook. There's something called Marketplace on Facebook. Lots of things you can do on Facebook. In fact, you can raise funds on Facebook. But It's not been open for Nigerians. You can play games on Facebook. You can do, Facebook is actually creating their own metaverse a lot. However, so the people on Facebook are interested and they're engaging. If you want to do business with Facebook, you want to really target sets of people who are really on Facebook, then you need to create your own page. You can create as many pages as possible, both your personal page and your business page. And that page enables you to interface. So Facebook has its own community and a lot who are on Facebook. There are some people who are not on Facebook. And there are certain products and services that you're selling, and even certain courses that will not fly on Facebook. There's certain courses, like if you're selling a fashion course or an entertainment course or a food-related course, while Facebook is good, that's not the best place to sell. If I were you, I'll do Instagram. Instagram is more graphic, it's more optical. People are looking up for they like to be engaged with their eyes. So you can do Instagram to run. There's certain kinds of businesses that the Instagram people will it'll make sense. And people who are social media influencers are mostly on Instagram. So I'm going to YouTube, right? There's also TikTok. Maybe I'll do a training very shortly on how to do TikTok, because TikTok is the future. TikTok is the future because it is it allows for a lot of engagement, and the algorithm of TikTok allows you to quickly have views. So I can have 20 or 30 views here, but on TikTok you're talking about 1,000 views, 10,000 views. People that you see everyday people stuff going for them. So TikTok is quite powerful and engaging. All right, and when you get to 1,000 persons, you can start doing your lives and you can start getting gifts and all kinds of things. And right now, if you're a content creator, there's something called sound.me, where you can register. Sound, sound.me. You can register on TikTok on this place, and then you have the opportunity to put out your content. For every view that you get paid. Crazy. So there is a crowd, and there are set of people that you can reach out to on TikTok. Interestingly, TikTok requires that you just have few minutes, 3 minutes max of video content for them. You can't do the kind of thing I'm doing here on TikTok. When I do TikTok, it's always short, straight to the point, and so on. Then we have YouTube. YouTube are for people who are looking for content, because you see, there's an unspoken rivalry between Google and Facebook. If you follow me, I've said that severally. Now, YouTube is more of a search engine. It's the second world's largest search engine, like Google. So YouTube is very massive. You search for things. Like TikTok uses the search technology. Facebook uses the feed. You just scroll down. TikTok uses both the scroll down, and you can search for any kind of content you're looking for on TikTok. And YouTube basically also does the feed. Essentially, TikTok does search. So it's a search engine. And if you use keywords and you know how to use those words very well, people can search for you and find. If you know how to use keywords and you have a targeted area, you put out your content there, you can have people from all kinds of places that reach out to you. If you're selling a course on real estate and properties, it will fly better on YouTube, because when people go to YouTube, they are searching for information. They're looking for certain things. People are not usually looking for things on TikTok or Facebook. So people are just, idling themselves on Facebook. But on YouTube, people are searching. So researchers go to Google, researchers go to YouTube. They're looking for knowledge, and they're willing to spend time to burn their data, to write and to learn. So there are certain things you put out there on YouTube that will fly. And that's why you upload your content on YouTube and give out a lot of content. I've gotten a lot of leads and people who are searching for public speaking resource persons, and because my content was out there, they just came aboard and learned from it. So this information I'm giving to you is quite valuable. I hope it's valuable for you. If you're just joining us, I'd like you to do a few things. We're talking about how to sell courses online using just WhatsApp and Zoom. And maybe another time I'll come and teach you how to be actually profitable. What are the things you need to pay attention to be profitable. I would also show you how you can do email marketing and how to do any other kind of, there are different ways. Just find out what works for you. But this is how I've been doing it since 2019. And it has made me incredible money. In fact, there was a time in 2019 I was doing just WhatsApp and I was making millions of naira. I'm not exaggerating. From sales, both front end and back end, And then in 2021, 2020, I did a lot of Zoom during the lockdown, and we made crazy amounts of money from doing Zoom. And we're evolving now to many other things, email marketing and reaching out to people outside of our space. So I hope you got some value today. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'd like you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on the subscription button and also click on the notification button to get notification of any kind of video like this. Again, I'll try to be thorough. Remember that I'm giving you free videos. You need to reach out to me. You need to take the action. Reach out to me. Send me a DM. I'll put my details there. So join our community. Reach out to me, and I'll give you those videos that I want to give to you on how to create slides, on how to set up a YouTube channel, on how to run Facebook advertisements, and then a bit of things, few things on copyright. Those are the things and tools you need. I will help you to sell your courses online. I hope it makes sense to you. God bless, and see you some other time. Bye.